Okay, so what happens in a mini reading? I'm just going to give you a really brief overview so you can get an understanding of what to expect. So what we do is we take the letters of your birth name on your birth certificate. So my birth certificate name is Antonia Jennifer Listemius, and we translate them into ancient Hebrew, the ancient Hebrew alphabet, which has 22 letters. And then we map that onto your chart. So each letter has a corresponding number. And it's these numbers that hold the certain frequencies and energies that are going to be flowing through in your lifetime. And what we do is we sort of map them on until we get all of these numbers here. So as you can see, there's two different triangles. You have the physical triangle pointing downwards to the earth plane. And these are normally energies that are going to be coming on slightly earlier in life, maybe around my age, 34. They might start to transmute and come into the spiritual, but everyone is different. So there might be someone who's 60 who is still working through their physical karma, or someone who's 25 and they're working through, their physical goals or spiritual karma. So it's really dependent. And then what we do is we look at the individual aspects. So you can see we've got the karma here. So karma is not something that's negative. It's a very, gives you a lot of opportunity, karma. It's where your potential is. It's your seed for potential and growth. But it can feel very challenging. So for example, my numbers are 5s and 8s, very ungrounded numbers, very woo, up in the air, not really connected to my physical body or to earth. So I'm constantly grounding. So we talk about, what are the negative aspects of this karma, but what is it trying to teach you? Where are you trying to go? And, a mini reading can only go to a certain depth because we've only got 15 minutes. So a live reading is where we really get to the crunch of, okay, if you want to work through this karma, this is what you need to do. If you want to get to the talents and activate your goals, then you need to be doing this, and you're going to be working through here, here, and here. And then we have your physical talents. So my physical talents here, these are what you are very capable of, what you're very talented in. And some people aren't aware of them, and they're very, very hidden. So it's all about activating them and bringing awareness to them. And even in a mini reading, I can sort of tell you, oh, hey, you've got 7s. You're really good at networking with people. You're really good at communicating. You just have to work through the heart so you can become really magnetic to attract in all that you need. And the 12 3s, you got to slow down because you're trying to expand all the time. But when you do expand, you expand very well. It's all about having balance. So there's always sort of, each number is like a seesaw. And on that seesaw, it can really tip in one direction or it can really go in the other. So we're all about trying to find balance in the numbers. So when the 7s are very imbalanced, they can be very isolating, very controlling, quite manipulative energy that doesn't want to show themselves, doesn't want to come out of hiding. And then we have the goals, and the goals are really what your soul wants you to do. And usually they can be a little bit challenging. So there's going to be some karmic elements involved in reaching the goals because your soul's like, oh, we're trying to get here. We're going to challenge you a little bit. And then we have your soul destiny, and your soul destiny is really an amalgamation of all the other elements in your chart. And it has its own karma, its own talents, and its own goals. And it's normally a very strong theme in your life. And then if you have a dominant vibration, and that means there's 4 or more of the same number. So I've got 4 7s in my chart. So I've got a dominant vibration of 7. That basically means that 7 is the strongest energy in my chart. So when we have a mini reading, I'll tell you that. And then in a live reading, we really get to the crux of really understanding what this number means and how to integrate it and work through it. So your soul contract does not define you. It is merely here to inform you. And so you can start to really activate and use the energies that are very potent and powerful within you to, create the life that you really want. And it's all possible. And there's always hope, no matter what age you are, no matter what you're doing. And hopefully a mini reading will just give you that little nudge, that little, okay, this is what I'm really here to do. And as and when you feel ready, you can have a full reading where we go into an hour and a half, really getting to the nuts and bolts of your soul contract, looking at your family, looking at your relationships, all the energies that are coming in and creating and crafting your life, so they're always flowing between each other, especially with other people. Okay, so that's a little overview. I hope that was helpful. And if you have any questions, you can always reach out to me.